Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're talking about the power of leverage. The power of leverage. And in case you're wondering today, you can see the picture in front of you. The picture in front of you shows uh, leverage. And it shows leverage in an interesting way. It shows leverage as something that has the capacity for multiplication. So in that picture in front of you there, under the power of leverage, you can see times 8, times 9, times 10, because really that's what leverage is about. Leverage is about small inputs and multiplied outputs. And there's nobody who is in business today who doesn't want to enjoy this leverage. You've heard this prayer said before: little work, plenty of pay. That is a desire and a clamor for leverage. So leverage is that little tool, that concept, or that phenomenon that you add to your business that allows you to take your normal efforts and multiply it, and multiply it by 10, multiply it by 50, multiply it by 100. Okay, that is what leverage is about. And tonight, we want to talk about leverage. And if you're here listening to me tonight, you probably have heard of leverage before, one way or the other. I'd like to encourage us to put our stuff off, on mute, disable your videos so that you don't consume too much bandwidth in watching and listening. This way is best, trust me. I'm sure you've all heard the story of the tortoise and the hare, who went for a racing competition. This is a story that shows that within our cultures, we all know the idea of leverage. And I don't know the story you heard when you were growing up, but I think there are a number of stories of tortoise and hare. And all the time, it shows the hare as somebody who tries to achieve a lot by themselves. And it shows that the tortoise is someone who is very smart, very wise, and always employs leverage. And I'm sure if you've heard that history of that story before, you probably heard the story of the tortoise and the hare, where they went for a long distance race from one start point to the finish line. And then the hare was running by himself, but the tortoise had already arranged with all his family members to pick up the race after every kilometer. So, of course, the hare will overtake the tortoise will be crawling behind, and after a while, the tortoise will enter the bush. And somewhere 1 kilometer ahead, another tortoise will begin the race. The hare will run 1 kilometer, think of resting, and by the time he gets 1 kilometer ahead, he sees that the tortoise is already in front of him moving. So he drives himself again and runs, and then the tortoise goes back into the bush, signals the next tortoise who comes out 1 kilometer ahead. And before they get to the finish line, the hare cannot imagine, because all the tortoises look alike. And by the time he's at the finishing line, he sees that the tortoise is crossing the finishing line before it. The hare has been outrun by the tortoise. Tortoise comes first and the hare comes second. The hare cannot understand what is going on. But what the tortoise is utilizing is what they call the power of leverage. Tortoises are arranged with other family members to ensure that this race is not run by one person alone. One person is giving little input, but is multiplied by all his cousins and all his aunties, because the tortoise understands leverage. And we have different versions of this story where the tortoise does one thing or the other to beat the hare. It's all about leverage. How can we use little efforts to achieve significant results? So you asked me tonight, what exactly is leverage? And that's what the business dictionary defines leverage as. Leverage is the ability to influence a system or environment in a way that multiplies the outcome of one's efforts without a corresponding increase in the consumption of resources. In other words, leverage is the advantageous condition of having a relatively small amount of cost yield in a relatively high level of returns. So if you want to understand leverage more, you can see financial leverage, you can see operating leverage. This gives you an idea that something small, basic little effort gets multiplied in tremendous volume is what leverage is about. And as you're listening to me tonight, I'd like you to be asking yourself, will you not love for your life to enjoy leverage? Will you not love to be able to do little effort and have phenomenal results? That life is about getting big results, achieving mighty things, is all a function of leverage. And ladies and gentlemen, leverage is something that the rich understand, that the poor have no idea about. Leverage. And we have a concept called leveraging technology. So the whole idea of technology as well is all about leverage. So you ask yourself, what happens with technology? I take a phone, I'm able to pick my phone and call someone from across the world. It is a game of leverage. I don't shout as much as I'll shout to get heard in the next street. I speak on the phone and someone in America can hear me. That is a little effort achieving significant results That is leverage. I take my microphone and I speak in low tones, but the voice amplifier, the mixer amplifies my voice for the audience to hear. That is leverage. You're sitting down there tonight in Port Harcourt. You're there somewhere in Lagos. Somebody's in Ibadan here today. Somebody's from Canada listening to us today. Everybody's able to watch the slides, hear my voice real time live. This is impossible. Normally, this could not have happened about 20, 50 years ago, but it's happening today. It is leveraging technology. Back in the days, our forefathers will walk from Lagos to Ibadan. They walk from Ekiti to Ibadan. They walk from Ekiti to Abuja. They'll trek for days. They'll trek for years to move from one location to the other. But today, you can get into a plane, and in 1 hour, you can move from Lagos to Abuja. In 1 hour, you can move from Lagos to Port Harcourt. That is leverage. And technology, the whole gamut of technology, of cars, of the internet, of Skype, of phones, of different devices, it's all about leverage, all about how those little efforts create phenomenal results. Ladies and gentlemen, leverage is powerful. And I don't know why in schools they don't teach leverage, but leverage is phenomenal, and leverage is what makes you able to do business in a small way and have phenomenal results. Leverage is the secret behind compound interest. Leverage is a concept behind margin trading. Leverage is what makes little things achieve big things. And talking about compound interest today, I'd like to show you this compound interest calculator and give you an idea of what exactly is possible with leverage. So if you look at the table you are seeing in front of you, this is how leverage plays. So you can see an initial investment of $10,000, and you can see a time frame of 5 years all the way to 40 years. And you can see the possibility of what can happen from an investment of 5% all the way to the possibility of 20%. Okay, you can see 5% all the way to 20%, and you can see what $10,000 can become in a matter of 5 years. So in 5 years, your $10,000 can be $12,000 at 5% per annum. It can be $70,000 in 40 years from doing just nothing, just putting a fixed deposit in a bank where 5% is possible. At the same time, your $10,000 can become $14.7 million over the space of 40 years by not doing any other thing to it than putting it somewhere where it can do 20% per annum. Now, if you look at this table, it's an exciting table, but it's a table that tells you that if you are able to take the right risks and you're able to put your investments within the right vehicles and you're able to count time and be patient, your $10,000 can become $500,000 just by putting it in an investment of 10% over the space of about 40 years plus. Ladies and gentlemen, the secrets of wealth, how real wealth is created, how people become a lot more, how they become a lot more than than potentials to be, is all a function of compound interest. And ladies and gentlemen, what I would like you to understand tonight is that this is also leverage. Sometimes you share tables with people and people look at the tables and are like, what? How? $14 million, $2 million, $1 million, $5 million. And I mentioned these numbers off the table. They're a function of time, they're a function of interest. Combined together, they compound. It's called leverage. The initial input is $10,000. It didn't change, but the system it was passed through is what is creating the difference in the results. Okay? And if you're here tonight, you're wondering how, have you ever heard of margin trading or what you call leverage trading? How does that work? So, for example, I can go into the crypto market or I can go into the Forex market and I can be armed with just $200. If I go to the market with $200 and I am able to take a 50-to-1 leverage, or what they call a margin trade, and I go into the market with a 50-to-1, it means that even though I'm trading with $200, I can buy products, I can buy financial services, I can buy cryptocurrency, I can buy foreign exchange worth $10,000. Now, what does that mean? It means that by the time I will have enjoyed a spread of about 10% on my $200, I will have made $1,000, all based on the power of leverage. Of course, the converse side is by the time I don't have much space also for loss, because what leverage does is if I'm trading with $10,000, even though all I have is $200, whatever happens to my trading that makes me lose $200, I am out of the market. So if you've ever had somebody say, I traded crypto, I traded Forex, and the money disappeared, I cannot find the money anymore, high probability, 99%, what they did was margin trading. They went with very high leverage. They wanted to max out on beautiful results. Things turned around completely different from how they had planned. Maybe they went for long and it went short. Maybe they went for short and it went long, and then the money went in flames. But guess what? People who get this correctly are able to create phenomenal income with just $200. You know, imagine you go for a margin trade that is 50 to 1, and then you make 100%. So by the time your $200 will have normally become $400, you will have earned $10,000 extra. And then you go in with that amount again, and you do leverage of 50 to 1. It means you are trading with what? 500,000 US dollars. And then you make 100% again. It means you have $1 million. Can you see how quickly $200 can become $1 million? It's called margin trading, and it's called the power of leverage. Now, I'm sure you probably have heard about this table before, and that's where I want to draw the inferences tonight and share extensively, because leverage is the difference between being self-employed, being an employee, and being a business owner and an investor. So there's linear income and there's residual income. There's income that comes from directly from your sweat, from your blood, from your time, and there's income that comes from leverage. This income that comes from leverage is the income that comes from compound interest, that comes from margin trading, that comes from leveraging technology, that comes from leveraging people. You have this kind of income. If you look at the table before you, you have the left side and you have the right side. On the left side, you have the employee and the self-employed. On the right side, you have the business owner and the investor. And the employee, you have a job. As a self-employed, you own a job. If you look at the two sides, they have one thing in common: time equals money. Time can be called less money, it can be called to more money, but there's no leverage. It means 100% of your energy is what gives you income. If you look at the right side, however, this quote is attributed to Paul Getty. It's also attributed to John D. Rockefeller. He says, I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. Now, here is where leverage plays. And ladies and gentlemen, if you will ever create phenomenal wealth, and I hope that you do, it will be because you have mastered the art of leverage. Many people want to do stuff by themselves. The normal sequence of life is that we grow from dependence on our parents, on dependence on others, into a life where we're independent. And when we're independent, independence gets into our head. I want to do it by myself. I want to do everything for myself. I don't want anybody's help. I've learned to be so independent that not trust anybody else in my equation. Everybody wants to do things by themselves. And somehow we're all self-contained within our own capabilities. Now, the beauty of leverage is you will need to give away some control by way of trust. And if I tell you today, the richest people in the world are not doing everything in their company by themselves. The richest man in Nigeria has over 1,000 staff, over 4,000 staff who are doing things that he cannot do. Okay, the richest man in the world has an organization, a corporation that has many people doing different things that he cannot do. In leverage, you will need to be able to trust other people to man specific areas of what needs to be done. But leverage is more people contributing 1%, contributing a little of their energies into a big pool. And that's how business owners operate. That's how investors operate. They understand I will not use only my effort to create the value I need. I will need others as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's leverage. And we'll look at the leverage of money. We'll look at the possibility of a leverage of people in business ownership. We'll look at the possibility of technology leverage. Tonight, I'd like to share with you an opportunity where you can enjoy people leverage. And if you are hearing me tonight, you are hearing me ahead of a crowd of hundreds of millions of people who have not heard about this opportunity, who have not plugged into this opportunity, and who will become recipients or beneficiaries of this opportunity in the years to come, because we have something phenomenal that we're driving on this stream. So let me show you how leverage with numbers looks like. And if you look at the table before me here, this table shows you what people leverage can look like. And what do I mean by people leverage? Okay, the concept of the industry called multi-level marketing or called network marketing is how can we achieve more results by the leverage of people. So if you saw the compound interest calculator, that deals specifically with money at particular interest rates. This calculator shows you what is possible if you build a team of 4 people and you encourage the same team of 4 people to build a team of 4 people over 12 generations. Ladies and gentlemen, the highest income earners in the network marketing industry today around the world are people who are earning over $1 million on a monthly basis. If you interpret that into the Nigerian currency, that's well over 400 million naira per month is what some people are earning. And if you look at the list of these high income earners, there are people who are earning it from around the world, who have earned these amounts for over the last 5 years, over the last 6 years. They've been in the industry, they're in companies that have lasted, and products that are not even moving as wildly as you expect that they will move. but they've achieved these phenomenal income potentials. So, ladies and gentlemen, these numbers are real, and these numbers can happen to you as well. All you need to do is build strategically. I tell people in this industry, we have two key roles, two key skill sets, two key activities that we all involve in. It's all about the leverage of people. Everybody is supporting everybody entering together into what we call interdependence. And the two key skills are sponsor and train. I'm going to repeat them again. You sponsor and you train. And they mean different things. You sponsor and not just recruit, because you are bringing somebody on board this opportunity. I are telling the person, I will help you succeed. I'm going to be, your coach. I'm going to be your trainer. I'm going to be someone who will be available to you, who will support you, who will, give you the energy, the motivation, the support you need to ensure that you can succeed. You are in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. Sponsorship requires that not only do I get to do the business, I also owe you the responsibility of supporting you to ensure that you can build your own form. So sponsorship is something that is crucial in this industry, is crucial in this business. I am supposed to sponsor 4 people. And then I'm supposed to train those 4 people how to sponsor other people as well. So not only am I sponsoring, I am also training them how to sponsor. I'm training my people how to sponsor their own people. So not only do I sponsor, I also train. My sponsorship really is not done until the person I have sponsored is trained. And yes, you're going to get the recorded audio, so do not worry about it. If your network is not good, this will be available on YouTube. You can watch it, you can listen to it as many times as possible until you become really, really strong and understand how this works. Because this is a life tool, ladies and gentlemen. Understanding leverage, plugging into leverage will make a lot of difference in how we create wealth and how we live. So, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, I sponsor these 4 people. I train them how to sponsor. Now, when I sponsor them, I train them how to sponsor. I also train them how to train the people that they have sponsored. Okay, so this business is about sponsorship. It's about training. It's about training the trainers. It's about training the sponsors. If I can do this for 3 levels, 4 levels deep, until I can ensure that the person that I brought into the business understands how to sponsor, understands how to train, understands how to sponsor to train, and how to train to train. Once I can get my downlines and my team members to achieve this down the line, I have duplicated myself. And once I've duplicated myself, then I'm ready for success. I tell people, I went to school for 5 years. I was studying engineering. After I studied engineering, the 5 years that I studied engineering, I didn't earn a red cent. I knew I was in school. It was learning time. And once I finished learning, I entered into my job profession as a rookie, as a baby in the industry. It means 5 years for learning, no earning. Then I begin to work, and then I begin to earn pittance until I'm able to grind my teeth, develop capability, and then increase my charge. Now, guess what? This industry says while you are using the first 3 to 5 years to learn about this industry, to read books, to get knowledgeable, you go through books like my first year network marketing, you go through books like GoPro, you go through books like the 45 second presentation that will change your life, you go through books like the 21st century business, you go through books like business school for people that like to help people, you go through books like questions are the answers, you go through books like networks of building a multi-million-dollar network business. You go through the number of books and you're learning. In this season, while you are learning, you are already earning. So if you look at this table before you, this table is looking only at the power of 4, is operating with people at the level of like gold. I bring 4 people on board, my 4 people bring 4 people on board, and I build that way. If it takes me 1 month to get my 4, 1 month for my 4 to get their 4, 1 month for my first 4 to get their 4, and I build on this way, guess what? In 6 months, I can already be nearing 9 million income. In 7 months, I can already be anywhere over 20 million. And it goes all the way to the potential of billions. Now, imagine that I'm able to build this way, build a team this way. If it takes me 12 months, this is phenomenal in 12 months. If it takes me 12 years, I bet I won't complain. But ladies and gentlemen, if I build slowly, gradually, and I keep my team growing week in, week out, month in, month out, I'm supporting my teammates, helping people succeed. In this business, this is where you succeed by helping people succeed. Because if people are going to build houses to earn passive income, they're going to invest 300 million in stock market to get passive income that makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, if building a network and building a team is going to create for me the same result, then it will take a little from me as well. So sponsorship, training, this is how to get leverage income, and the potentials of the income that I can earn are simply mind blowing. If you look at the bottom of that personal bonus in 12 months or in 12 cycles, I could have earned about 13 billion. Now, these are amounts that could shake you, but if you convert it to dollars, it tells you somewhere around the ballpark of 30 million, $20 million. It shows you what is possible this way. And ladies and gentlemen, it's possible. And guess what? In order for this system to work, usually what you need, you ask yourself, what exactly are they selling on the platform? What is creating this leverage? Is there a product of value? I tell people the difference between the table I'm showing you today, network marketing, and Ponzi scheme is the presence of value. The difference between what I'm showing you today and pyramid schemes is a product of value. So this is behind a product of value where nobody can lose. And on the other hand, people just put their money together to rob Peter to pay Paul, are basically involved in something that is fraudulent and has been known to be fraudulent for years. So don't confuse Ponzi schemes, don't confuse pyramid schemes with authentic, legitimate network marketing that came to life about 70 years ago, and the industry is building and growing. We have companies like Avon that have done over 50 years. We have Amway that has done over 60 years. We have companies that have existed for long in America, in China, in various parts of the world. And I'm happy to talk to you today about the very, very first of its kind network marketing company that has international partnerships and is driving products made in Africa, products made from native Africa in the rich rainforest of Africa that is not really destroyed by skyscrapers and buildings, where the fauna and flora are really unaffected by human interventions, in the raw antioxidants being provided from our fields that everybody around the world needs to use. That's what this is driving behind. And if I can give you the opportunity to share that with you very quickly, that would be my privilege. And I tell people, in sharing this as a networker, I'm a professional enlightened networker. I'm a pen. I have 5 commitments that I've made, and every time I present, I remind myself and I remind my audience of this commitment. And that's the commitment of 1, to tell you the truth. People lie in this industry because anybody is typically marketed as being able to do this. We have a lot of people in this industry who, in order to cut corners, in order to achieve results at stupendous times, in order to do different things, lie. Okay? And I won't kid you, people lie. But that's not going to make us all, fall to the same pit. As professionals, one of our commitments is we'll tell the truth. Number 2, we commit to plant realistic expectations. I won't tell you it will be easy. I won't tell you it's a walk in the park. I will let you know this is an alternative to building 12 houses and getting them, up in good shape and having tenants there. The reward you can earn from doing this can be that exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, it will not be a cheap walk in the park. It will require effort, sponsorship, and training. You will need to do it with class. I tell people, if you want to succeed in this business, you need to commit and say, you know what, I'm going to give you what it takes. I'm not trying this out whether I will succeed. I'm going to tell myself 1, 3, 5, 7. In 1 year, I will learn. In 3 years, my income will match what I'm currently earning in my job. In 5 years, I must be able to free my current business and retire and do this full time. In 7 years, I must earn superstar income. It's going to take me time. I'm going to need to talk to 10 people before I can get 1 person to commit. So I will start with an average of 10%, maybe less. I will grow into the capacity of having a 40% conversion rate, but I will plant realistic expectations. Somebody says, I want to share flyers around town. I will let you know, if you share 100 flyers and you get 1 person to be interested from there, that's a good number. Okay, realistic expectations. Number 3, I commit to appreciate the real value of residual income. What does that mean? Many times people look at how much am I earning in this business? I'm only earning 20,000 naira per week. Is that money? Okay. Now, on the surface, that doesn't look like money. But if I've built a team that is allowing me without my effort to earn 20,000 naira per week, how much is that? That is 80,000 naira per month. How much is that in a year? That is 960,000 naira in a year. Now, if this is passive income, if I've really built a team and that is all my team is producing for me on a monthly basis is 80,000 naira and about 1 million naira per annum, I am as good as somebody who built a house for 30 million and is collecting 1 million naira rent per annum. Residual income is not the same as linear income. Residual income is bad. It's amazing. It's amazing because I have built a system that allows me to continue to earn that value. It means the only other ways I could have created that same income is by building an asset class that is able to yield me that. So I've committed to appreciate the value of residual income, to not look down on the days of little beginnings, because I know that the value that this creates is a lot more than building a house. I commit to refuse to be offended. One of the things that discourages people most in this industry is offense. So all of a sudden, because Adeolu is sharing a network marketing opportunity with you, people look at you funny, talk to you funny, ask you stupid questions, do a variety of things. I'm like, yeah, I don't do that kind of thing. Oh, no, that's not for me. People begin to form different kind of classes. Now, reality is some of us have built assets from doing this. Some of us are earning passive income directly from the business and directly from other businesses we have built on the backbone of doing this. So one of the things we tell people is, you know what? Refuse to be offended. Okay, some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? Okay, it's a radio station. Some will, SW, SW, SW. Some will, some won't, some, why wait? Who's next? And that's the attitude you must have. So disconnect yourself completely from the emotions of rejection. You go into your business like somebody who wants to go to the island. If I want to take a taxi that will take me to the island, I simply ask myself, I stop the taxi and I ask, are you going? If it's not going, I don't feel bad. Okay, somebody's having their voice on. Please, Edobalomo, can you please disable so that we don't hear you? Thank you very much. There's also a duper there. Please disable so that we don't hear you. I've done it for you. Just don't get it up again. So essentially, these are the commitments that we make. Edobalomo, if I mute you 2 times and you're still coming on board, I'll just remove you so that you don't disturb the other people in class. So please let's take note of our speakers and ensure that we are on mute. Thank you very much. So we refuse to be offended. Okay, it's a commitment we make. We refuse to be offended because we don't take it like said no to me. I understand the value of the cost that I'm driving. Okay, and everybody needs to do that. You need to understand, if this thing goes well, this product that people are sharing testimonies about, that is making a difference in people's lives, that is allowing people to have a new lease of life, pregnancy after 10 years of barrenness, 9 years of barrenness, 6 years of barrenness, people are able to enjoy their marriages after managing it for so long. People are able to get free from their arthritis, high blood pressure values are crashing. People that have been admitted in the hospital now don't need to go back because they're well. The testimonies I've received alone today wow my mind, and I understand the cost that I'm driving, that I'm making sure that this product can get into more hands and people can have testimony and enjoy a better life. That cost is strong enough for me. I refuse to be offended. And then, of course, that was not the least. One of the commitments you must have for this business is commit to finish strong. Many people will start well. Many people will earn phenomenal income in their first 3 months of this business because they're going to drive with a 90-day bliss mentality. They're going to run on the wrong way like they want to fly. But not everybody finishes strong. Some get distracted. Some get disfocused. Some move into other things. You need to commit to say, I will finish strong. And this is the commitment that I have. This is why my teammates know that they can depend on me. They can work with me because I'm going to be here for you. And I'm sure that's a commitment we're giving to all our team members as well. That will be there for them. So very quickly, what I want to share tonight is what makes those tables achievable. What makes you know that what you're really driving is a network marketing opportunity and not a Ponzi or a pyramid scheme. And what makes the world of difference in that, okay, is the fact that, of course, the company that is driving this has integrity. The company has been, is on the basis of a company that has existed for 11 years. We're working on the backbone of A2W, who has done this, bought the t-shirt, taking people to travel around the world, over 12 countries, done amazing things, paid rewards way over in billions and billions of naira over the years. And it's a partnership with Marvel Natural Products, a company that is making natural products that are amazing. And this is something we're diving from Africa to the rest of the world. The industry of organic and natural products is over $140 billion, is projected to be over $140 billion by the year 2023. So what exactly is the product that makes this happen? Our product is called Reader Herbal Bitters. We have Reader capsules today, and this product is a strong antioxidant. So the value that the product has is that it's rich in oxidants and is able to relieve the stress, what they call oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is something we all have based on our diets, taking medications, air pollutants and water pollutants, fast food, stress, lack of nutrition, excessive exercise, inadequate intake of fruits, extracted toxins, pesticides, alcohol, inadequate amounts of physical activity, sitting in the neck, smoking, all the things that we do creates oxidative stress. And once it creates oxidative stress, has been realized that oxidative stress operates at cellular level. So oxidative stress is about what happens to the cells when the blood is carrying food with oxygen, carrying food around and donating to the cells. Once you have these oxygen radicals that drop off from the oxygen in the blood, they disorient the cells, they damage the cells, and they cause a variety of things. So if you look at the picture in front of you, you will see heart. When the cells around the heart, so cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, organs make up systems, systems make up the body. So once the cells are around the heart, you can have issues of hypertension, you can have fibrosis, cardiac fibrosis, you can have myocardial infection. If it's around the skin, you can have skin aging, you can have wrinkles, you can have dermatitis. If it's multiple organs, you can have diabetes. So we realize science is coming to understand and the reason why, the normal process of aging and growing creates multiple diseases once things are, have challenges at the cellular level. Now, antioxidants are able to go at cellular level, repair and fix this, donate oxygen, or what we call nitric oxide donations, have these repairs at cellular levels, contributing these ions back so that the cells can become complete again. The oxygen radicals can become balanced again and not damage the cells and repair the cells. Once this happens, realize that just one antioxidant can have multiple effects. And of course, we have data, we have research from the university, we have testimonies from people to show and prove, that people have shared loads of testimonies about what they've experienced with Reader. So testimonies keep coming in daily. This is what happened to me on Reader. This is what happened to me on Reader. We keep on getting those kind of things. And I'm going to read just two testimonies that I read today to you. Somebody said today, after spending so much time in the hospital and doing blood transfusion twice because my husband's blood sugar level was too low, I was introduced to Reader. From the first week of him taking Reader, he has stopped experiencing dizziness and weakness. Till date, we have not gone back to the hospital for another blood transfusion because initially he did blood transfusion twice at 2 weeks interval. Reader works wonders. God bless the hands he used to produce Reader, and those that introduced Reader to me and my husband. Plus, it is affordable. That was a testimony that came in at 10 a.m. today, and I said, wow, who shared this? And the person says it's Omo Ayemona. That's the person who shared it. That's the person that had the experience. Immediately after 10:25 a.m., that person sent a message. Reader rocks, guys. I gave a free bottle of Wonder Drug Reader to a neighbor of mine 2 weeks ago who suffered from impaired vision and sudden stoppage of her monthly flow due to an extreme case of high blood pressure. After she was discharged from the hospital with the impaired vision, which couldn't be corrected, I gave her a free bottle of Reader to go and try. After 4 days, she came to report to me that her vision has improved. I encouraged her to continue the treatment after 1 week. Continue the treatment. After 1 week, she rushed to me. After 1 week, she rushed to me, to my house, to tell me the good news that her monthly flow has started. You need to be there to see the happiness on her face. I promptly gave her a second bottle for free. Was happy that I had met a need. Her name is Victoria Humo from Akute. I can give you a phone number to contact her and you can verify this story. The person that shared this is Eugenia Irobiebulam. Okay, that was shared today. After that, today, another person shared a testimony. And then another person shared a testimony. And I can continue reading also to you from here today. It is simply amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the product we want to get into every hand. This is the product we want to push around Nigeria and around the world. You can see them there you can see there in the picture before you. It's called Reader Herbal Bitters. It's amazing. It works. It is unbelievable. And you can see there, okay, if you can see it before you, you should be able to see the bottle. You should be able to see the capsules. It is safe. It is effective. And it is quick action. The testimonies are racking up. The testimonies are bound. The testimonies are amazing of detoxification, of helping with insomnia, of reducing, for the past 19 years, the blood pressure has always been high. This is the lowest that's come in 19 years, and they feel amazing. Somebody's grandmother said, you know what, that thing you sent me, just send me more. I feel young again. I feel alive again. People's sexual performance. People laugh about sexual performance, but this is strong. This is real. Somebody was sharing with us about a drug that if you want, some men use this drug. It costs about 70,000 naira, and all it does for you is just give you one go. One go is all it gives. Rita is helping people restore their marriages, restore their social performance, infertility, menstrual anomalies, people who have, acute menstrual pains, amenorrhea, people who have stopped seeing their periods for one funny reason or the other, cough, malaria, fever, rashes, asthma, arthritis, so much more. There's a pamphlet today of testimony. I tell people in this industry today, I have not seen a product that has as much testimony as you will have on this. Okay, I have not seen. This is amazing. So that's the product. And like I said, today is not about following the actual sequence compensation plan. This is about leverage. This is about leverage. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have not plugged into the leverage, plug into the leverage. If you have not come to understand how leverage works, you need to understand how it works. Let's not be mouthing our dreams. Let's not be saying, I want to become financially free. I want to become. No. Ladies and gentlemen, you can become financially free. I have a member of my team who I've worked with for years, and I've seen what they accomplished in 8 years. I've seen people build houses. I've seen people rent out houses. I've seen people build properties. I've seen people travel around the world and achieve phenomenal things. These were testing the mics. These were jokes compared to what is possible on this platform. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the power of leverage. Okay, the company has a conversion plan that pays you for doing a little work, for doing nothing you earn. It's called passive income. There's what you earn for active. There's what you earn for in leverage income. The potentials are in billions. It is unbelievable. Okay, so that is possible. The Unilevel plan is where I tell people focus on this one. This is the only company that says while you are building this, 2 other plans are being built for you as well, and you can earn very well. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the power of leverage. I've shared with you what is possible with leverage. I've shared with you what people before you have achieved with leverage, how compound interest is leverage, how technology gives leverage. In network marketing, is a leverage business. It's a legitimate business. The product we're driving it's an amazing product. It's not a product you can push aside. The testimonies of lives changed, the people who have, been saved from the alternatives of what they will have done that will have cost them millions are forever grateful. I like one of the distributors, what we as distributors do. Some of us, we give products to people and tell people, go and use this. If it works for you, pay me. Now, this is one product you can do that with. You can say, go and use this. If it works for you and you see something, pay me. This product, ladies and gentlemen, is amazing. And this is not about product sales. It's about getting people to plug in with the opportunity. So if you are here tonight, I'd like to show you, what this looks like. These are the projections. You can earn phenomenal income. You will not understand all of the plays immediately. Not only can you earn the income, we also have gifts. As you are building your team and your rank is improving, there are gifts you can win, all the way from a pack of bottles to house fund internationally, to car fund, to educational fund, to getting $1 million monthly for the next 30 years, to property in the US. There's a lot of other extras, and you get to understand those more and more as you progress. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get on board this opportunity, there are 5 ways you can get on board. You can get on board as bronze, as silver, gold, platinum, VIP. They give you different levels of PVs. They give you different levels of profit. The higher you go, the cooler it becomes. The bigger the pack you do, the more deep your generations of earning. So bronze allows you on 7, silver on 8, gold on 10, platinum on 12, VIP on 12. Everybody upgrades even when they start low, but you can be a part of this opportunity by plugging in here. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're already in this opportunity, I'd like to encourage you. Today is a day to upgrade your levels. There's a lot more you can be earning as your team deepens. If you're already in this business, the day is a day to take it seriously. Look within your environment and ask yourself, who around me, who around my list of 150. If you don't have your list of 150, please have your list of 150. If you're not making sure that 15 people are hearing about this presentation from you every month, that you're not doing this correctly, you're not a professional, you need to be doing that. If you're not ensuring that you're meeting 15 new people, 10% of your list, you're meeting them on a daily basis. Ladies and gentlemen, when I bump into you, what I want to be able to see that every Green Monday distributor has, Every game on distributor must have a list of at least 150 people. We have pushed people before to develop a list of 2,000 people, and they did it. So my first general marketing says the list to develop is 2,000 people. We are saying you don't even need to go that far. Have a list of 150, increase it by 10% monthly. Make sure that monthly through you, either by your upline, directly by you, or physically dragging them to meetings, 15 people stand in front of meetings every month because of you. This is how to do it as a professional. If you are doing this correctly and doing this well, your income will blow the roof. If you can transfer the same energy you have to your team members, you will enjoy super, super leverage. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Dubai this December, and the qualification runs all the way till November ending. If you are listening to me tonight, you can make it for this trip. All you need to do is simple: build your team. All you need to do is build your team for 5 levels deep, and you will already have gotten more than 10,000 points, PV points, that you need to qualify. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do meetings to explain how to qualify for Dubai in detail. But ladies and gentlemen, you can do this. It is not what you do as a person, it is what you're able to do with leverage. We're not trained to appreciate leverage. We're not trained to operate with leverage, and that's why people stay poor. If you're going to change your lot and change your fate and change your position in the in the order of things, leverage is the way to go. So thank you very much tonight. That's it in a nutshell. I'm going to open the mic for the possibility of questions and answers tonight. If you have any questions, please drop it in the window, drop it in the questions, drop it in the comment section, and somebody will get to reach you. It's been my pleasure presenting to you tonight. I'm going to open the floor for questions and answers. And if you're hearing this tonight, don't waste time. I tell people, when you listen to the presentation, take a decision and plug in. Okay? Success loves speed. It is a risk not to take a risk. Okay? What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is you pay for a product, you get your product, you can sell your products for more than the value you paid. You have more value in your hand than what you paid for. That's the worst that can happen. The best that can happen is that you plug into the power of leverage and you achieve phenomenal results. My name again tonight was Adeolu Akiemi. I wish you all the best in this exciting adventure. So I'm going to look at the comments for questions.